If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. It is that time of year here in Zone 5 in southeast Wisconsin where we're going to plant tomatoes. I'm going to show you how we plant tomatoes. I'm just going to do one for you to show you the technique in which we follow to find success. So the first thing we got to do is dig a hole. Now you can use a garden trowel, you can use a shovel, post hole digger. We find the Pro Plugger 5-in-1 planting tool very effective. And how this works is there's a tube and you've got some disc here for spacing. You can go 2, 4, or if you allow the whole pipe to go in the ground, that's 6 inches. For most of the tomatoes that we're planting, 6 inches is going to be enough, and I'll show you why that is. So in this bed here, we've got cages. Behind you in the bed, which is not prepped yet, we've got a Florida weave. Florida weave is a mechanism in which you take fence posts, these are 10-foot T-posts, and we wrap string around, and as in 3 increments here, and this side's busted, so that's a bad example. But here at the top, as the plant grows in each level, we open it up and put the limbs above it, and this acts as a cage if you want to avoid the whole cage system. This is agricultural twine. It's a plastic twine, not biodegradable, will last for years. So you can go that route. So in this instance, how we're going to dig the hole is simple. You can go 2 foot. We're just kind of going, this bed is 4 foot wide by 12 foot long, and we're going to get 30 tomatoes in the bed. A little tighter than 2 foot. We're going about 18 inches or so. So we're going to take, and I'm just going to eyeball it. You press down. And then what I do is I just twist it just to clean the area out around it. We've had weeds here and everything. So now I'm going to pull it out and the hole is made. The material in which the hole came from is right there. Okay. So now the hole is prepped and I'm going to grab a tomato here out of a root maker grow trays, which allows the roots to air prune. Let's see if I can get a better example here. You can see how there's a lot of fibrous roots there, not wrapped around or root bound, very healthy. This is an Abe Lincoln tomato. So we want to remove the lower leaves here, and all the hairs on this can potentially be roots. So we're going to bury it about 3/4 of the way down. This is one of the few, really the only crop in which you can do such. Peppers you can bury just slightly deeper, but tomatoes you can go all the way down. So if we go all the way down, that's too deep. So we're going to have to backfill, and I'm going to use this compost we have here just to help out. That's fairly good. We got our drip irrigation system hooked up here, and that's what's going to water the bed. So this here, about 3/4 of the way down. Now I'm going to add our all-purpose fertilizer following the back of the package. I've connected it to a string to the little dipper in on a bucket so it's easy and I don't lose things. This is an organic fertilizer so it won't burn. All right, so I put that there. I'm going to take the soil which was there, backfill, add a little more soil. Got that done. Now before we mulch, which we're going to use shredded leaves, if you don't have shredded leaves, chemical-free, seed-free grass clippings, straw, shredded paper, a weed barrier, something to protect it, to hold that moisture in. First thing we do before we do that is we use yellow whole grain cornmeal and we sprinkle around the base of the plant. This fights early blight, which is in your soil. 90% of the problems your tomato plant will face is soil splashing up on it. So that's step 1 of a 3-step series here in order to protect the plant. You can water this in, you don't have to apply it again, it's good to go. Second step is creating another layer or level of protection between the soil and the plant, using that mulch. And third is, as the plant grows, trimming the lower 6 to 8 inches from stalk to ground, creating an open area underneath all the plants to allow air circulation and reduce the amount of splash up, potential splash up that can happen during rain. Since we're using a drip irrigation system, it's not going to splatter because of hand watering. Then even anything above that's on the canopy that's hanging over that could potentially get splashed on, trim that off as well. So that's your 3 steps to reduce early blight by about 90%. And then if you want a cage, you can get a cage and put around it if you're not going to do the Florida weave method. Caging your tomatoes is extremely important. Without caging your tomatoes, you're going to lose 50% of the harvest straight off the bat. We've experimented with it. You do lose 50% because this is a vine. This is going on the ground. Without support, the fruit lays on the ground and it rots before it gets ripe. So that's how easy it is for us to plant tomatoes. It doesn't need to be a calculated, complicated system. Just very simple. We don't add any Tums or powdered milk or anything like that in the hole at the time of planting. We just consistently water, which will also help greatly reduce the chances of blossom end rot as well. Thanks for watching. I'm Joey Baird, and this has been the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.